We don't need them.
I hate puppies. Do we ever?
Nah.
Good podcast. New stew.
I feel threatened. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and hopefully helping you figure out what beer you should be drinking next weekend or what you should be eating.
I'm hungry.
I'm eyeballing these Tony Chocolonely chocolates, dude. Those are a tasty, tasty treat.
Never had it.
Oh. Seriously?
I don't think so.
I think it's arguably the best chocolate out right now.
Why do you say that?
I don't eat a lot of chocolate, and when I do, I like it to be good. And that shit's good. I mean, you
ever had one of those Lindt truffle things? Because they're pretty fucking amazing.
You want a bite of that?
No. Too late.
I understand. That's why I was side eyeing. I was like, I don't know if he wants this.
Nah. What flavor is it?
Everything. That's like the everything bagel over there.
Dark and milk?
No, milk.
Okay.
But it's got caramel in it. It's got nougat. It's got pretzels.
Oh, so it's like a candy bar.
It's got sea salt. Yeah.
It's not just a chocolate bar.
But you break it into pieces.
Yeah, it's huge.
And all the pieces are different sizes. You know why? Their whole shtick? The Tony Chocolonely?
No.
They say that they are the only ethically sourced chocolate in the world.
I like blood chocolate.
Yes.
Apparently, all chocolate is blood chocolate. Like the people getting those beans, the people doing all the stuff, like it's a nightmare. And they can trace back every bean that they use back to its origin source, and then they can determine if they get a living wage. So because of it, you pay more for the chocolate, because apparently oppression is cheap. Like highly efficient for capitalism. And so these guys are like, nah, it's not going to be cheap. In fact, if you order from their website, it costs more than sometimes you find it in the grocery store.
Now we know why Brandon has it.
No, I didn't even.
Yep.
I didn't even know this.
Wait, this costs more?
Yeah.
I'll take 2.
Yes.
It's not why I bought it. I bought it because it was in the fresh hole.
He's like, yeah, there's other chocolatiers that have been around for hundreds of years, but let's go with this ethically sourced, super expensive one.
I didn't even know it was ethically sourced.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I just
It was
knew
all
that
price related.
it just looked good. The packaging looks good.
The packaging looks like a cartoon.
Yeah. It's chocolate. I don't want a Lindor truffle. Like the look is so elegant. I saw that and I went, what's this? This is like Willy Wonka on acid. Because Willy Wonka wasn't.
No, he was totally normal.
That shit was.
Lick the wallpaper.
Why not? Why not? The snozberries taste like snozberries.
R.I.P.
Who died?
Gene Hackman. Wasn't he in that?
Yeah, but I mean, there's been a couple Willy Wonka. I just didn't know. I didn't know if
Gene
Willy Wonka.
Wilder.
Gene Wilder.
I didn't know if
They both died.
Gene Hackman died too.
Yeah.
Dog ate his face. They're not.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
They ever figure that out? Actually, you know what I heard about that?
What's up?
He has like dementia or whatever.
Yeah, he was full blown.
And his wife was the caretaker, and she died. And then he wandered around the house for like a week till he died.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Did I hear correctly?
That's ultimately how it netted out.
That's crazy.
What I don't understand is why the one dog died and the other two were like fine.
Did they eat them?
No, that was just my.
No, but usually dogs will eat dead people to stay
Fortunately,
alive.
the door was open, so they were able to go out and forage. But one of them was just a bitch. Didn't forage or licked up a bunch of pills
Yeah.
off the ground. But yeah, apparently she died, and then he was just so demented.
It's crazy to think you're that old and that famous, and you, outside of your wife, no one's ever talking to you.
Well, eventually they were like, hey, he's not talking to us.
Yeah, but like, I don't know.
And she was
I
like
say that, but I don't talk to my dad. I called my dad today for the first time in 2 or 3 weeks. Like, we don't talk on a regular basis.
Yeah, I mean, if your whole, say it was like carbon monoxide, your whole family went out, who would be the first one to notice?
Me? Like, personally?
Yeah.
Let's see. Probably my boss or my wife's boss would probably be the first one.
So it'd be work.
Yeah, because they would be like, this guy and girl never call out sick, and they're not here.
And they're not even calling out. They're just not showing up.
Them not showing up without letting me know would be a red flag.
So if you're retired, who would be the first?
That's a great question.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I just assumed with his fame and money, like he had
But fame
people.
and money doesn't mean give a fuck.
No, but usually you have accountants and money people, and there's more succubi latching on to you.
Succubi.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just more people in your orbit.
So I know what a succubus is.
Yeah.
But a succubi is the plural?
I'm assuming.
Makes
I
sense.
liked it.
Sounds like a Latin word.
It's a murder of succubus.
A I mean, should I said succubuses? That
I don't
doesn't
know.
sound right.
I thought you just put apostrophe at the end. So you didn't even know different when you speak only in the written word.
Yeah. This is not a written form of entertainment. I don't know if you picked up on that.
Oh, this is auditory.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I've been doing it wrong.
Maybe that's why the numbers are down.
I've been writing all this. Yeah. The numbers aren't going to get any lower. We put this drivel out every week.
The plural of succubus is succubi.
Boom! Look at you, SAT.
Big brain.
SAT.
Big brain.
Yeah,
over
well,
here on this side of the bar.
His succubi didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because
Well, and you know, my grandmother on my dad's side passed away a few months ago, and she was 100, and like she was living with my dad, but like all her friends are dead, like literally, like
yeah, I believe that.
outside of family, it's like you don't have anybody check on you.
That's why I keep like trying to like make younger friends.
Yeah,
So somebody,
Leo saved the day.
but he's getting
He
old
doesn't
now.
talk to us anymore.
I need to find who Lee's young friend is,
We're gonna meet all these
and then be
young
like,
friends.
"Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah.
because I need like younger friends, so they notice when I'm dead.
Yeah,
Because I'm going down.
because our kids won't care.
No.
Why is a succubus negative?
Well, what's the definition? I'm sure you just looked it up.
A demon,
Negative.
assuming female form to have sexual intercourse with men in their sleep.
Is that what a succubus is? I always thought it was.
But it was someone who was taking stuff from you.
Yeah, yeah.
No, and an incubus, I believe, is the male version.
I thought a succubus was like just someone who.
Well,
takes and
I
takes
knew
and
a
takes and
succubus had pleasurable overtones, but like that's how they coerced you out of your stuff. I thought there was a negative part where they would coerce you out of your stuff, make you not talk to other people. It literally is just a demon
Are you
that
on
fucks you in
Pornhub
your sleep.
looking at this?
I'm on Merriam-Webster.com.
Dude, if it's a category, I want to check it out. You know,
I would say succubus is usually used in a derogatory manner towards
it always is. They
women.
go, that bitch is a succubus.
Yeah,
Like she's sucking the life out of you.
but I didn't know it was gender.
Oh, I always thought it was a female.
I looked up Incubus when that band came out, and it was basically the male succubus.
It's a male demon that fucks you in your sleep.
I believe fucks women.
No, don't put
Don't
that
make
on
that.
the-
Don't make
put
the
that on
incubus the incubi sexist.
Yeah, don't put. I see. Now you just assume. You just assume you can go by. No, yeah, that's smart.
But what's wrong with that?
Yeah, what if it's a bi incubi?
Well, it's a
or
demon. I
succubus?
think is what's wrong.
But really, I mean, it sounds like an angel.
I mean, honestly,
I think demon's the opposite of an angel.
if I woke up mad refreshed,
Right. If it says, I'm a demon, but I'm going to take care of you, I'm like,
Yeah.
that's very nice of you, demon.
all of a sudden I'm like fully.
So you're my wife. Well, I'm used to this.
I'm like,
Can I get something different?
fully clear headed?
Yeah.
The next day, my wife's like, "You're in a good mood." Like, well, you know,
A succubus came by.
the succubus sucked.
I was gonna say she has to be
she's-
really good at one specific thing, right?
Bro, she sucks.
It's in the name.
She sucks the dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, of the whole bus. Every dude who fell asleep on that bus.
The succubus.
Dude, that'd be Greyhound would love that shit. You're like, hey, you never taken a red eye Greyhound? Oh, bro, it's the best. The succubus comes by.
Have y'all ever taken the bus like a Greyhound for like a trip or anything?
Not a Greyhound, but I've taken charter buses. Like,
Yeah, for like school trips and stuff. But like, have you ever like literally been like,
Like
I
bought a
gotta get to
ticket for a
Cleveland?
bus?
Yeah.
No, I've done that for a train.
Yeah, I've done a train, but never a bus.
No, bus is like it's a weird step. You know,
It's like a step and a step, like a half step above like hitchhiking.
But I tell you, if I ever am asked to transport meth, I'll do it on a bus.
Yeah.
It just feels right.
I did that once or twice in college.
Meth.
Take a
Took a bus home or there or whatever.
Interesting. How was it? Awful.
No, it was like sitting on a bus for 3 hours. No big deal.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a totally normal thing.
I just know our local bus depot here, like, always looks like it's got the worst of the worst
Oh, I'm
people.
sure there was urine dried in the seats.
Yeah.
But I was 19.
How nice was your bus? It was dry.
Put the heater on. We got to get the next guys in here. Got to dry all this urine up. Checks out. Yeah, I'm lucky. I've never had to do that. But I also didn't travel a lot. But I drove my car everywhere. So, oh my God, Brendan. He just overflowed a beer like I haven't seen
It's all over his notepad, all over his
everywhere.
shirt, all over the floor.
I remember my first beer.
There goes the whole episode.
Pouring it off the notepad. That's a good start.
Yeah, that's our topics. And for the next 7 episodes, we'll get to see.
I do wish trains were more of a thing.
My mother-in-law only travels by train. She's scared to fly.
Ooh.
And so she'll go everywhere. We'll be like, hey, we're going to somewhere, you know, a clear plane right away. And she'll be like, cool, I'll leave 3 days early. It's the weirdest damn thing. And then she'll get on that train and she'll meet us there. But every once in a while, she'll be like, I'll take a car train. And then her car will be there.
That's cool.
That's fucking sweet.
And expensive.
No, it doesn't cost me a dime. Seems quite economical.
Are y'all scared to fly? Are you more scared to fly with all the crazy shit that's been going on? I've never been scared to fly, but I'm definitely not like, all right, well, this is definitely 100% going to go as planned.
I hate flying, and I fly all the time.
Yeah.
Hate it.
There's that moment right when the first landing gear touches down.
Yeah.
You're like, I hope this doesn't turn into a barrel roll. Yeah. And then once the other one lands, I'm like, okay.
Strangely, I'm way more freaked out by the takeoff.
Yeah. I think a lot more can go wrong in the takeoff.
Well, the vast majority of accidents happen in the first minute of takeoff and the last minute
Yeah.
of landing. There's really 2 minutes you have to be worried
Well,
about.
that makes sense because
Yeah.
it's the ground that.
Yeah, no, but that's right. But I'm saying, like, if
Yeah,
you're,
when we were falling 30,000 feet, we were fine.
Right.
Till the ground caught up with us.
that's always the case. No,
like
but
my
that's-
dad used to say, it's not the fall that hurts. It's the sudden stop.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No, but it's the same with flying, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you can get through that first minute and then through that last minute, that's where your odds are. So odds are when you're in the air, like you're okay.
I'm not a world
still a
traveler.
chance.
I've flown a decent amount, and it's definitely weird that when like you're sitting on that tarmac and they start ramping those engines up and it just keeps getting louder and louder and louder, and you're like, this seems really loud.
It's a lot of power.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's
But safer than driving to your neighborhood grocery store.
Yeah. By the numbers.
Statistically.
having an incident but dying driving to your neighborhood.
But I hate flying not because of the fear of dying. I hate flying because of all the people and the headaches now.
I deal with that all the time. I'll be dealing with that in 4 days.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Early morning, get up.
I think road tripping is coming back around since all the shit that's going on at airports now.
I'm hearing a lot more people these
My
days.
attitude has changed because I used to be like, I'm not driving over 8 hours anymore. I'm too old and I don't want to do it. Now I'm like, fuck it. Get in the car.
Oh, I'd always rather drive. I enjoy driving, but I'm no more freaked out now than I was before all these incidents.
Yeah.
Like, I was always freaked out.
I just don't like wasting the time. And now that it seems like trips are getting canceled left and right and people are losing their mind and they're diverting flights. Like, if it's within 8 hours and I can just get in the car and go and then stop once or twice, and you know, a lot of times depending on how far you're flying, by the time you get to the airport, go through the process,
I factor that in every time. I go, how long does it take me?
It could be an 8 hour trip.
Yeah.
door to door. So why not just drive it?
And I always calculate it from when I leave this door to when I arrive at that door.
Yep.
How long does that take?
Yeah, because if you
Knowing-
just take the flight and you're like, it's a
2-hour flight.
Yeah.
No, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
A 2-hour flight without connectors is a 4-hour flight.
Yeah.
Minimum. Maybe 5. So and then you get a connector. Now you got to give yourself an hour. You might not make the flight. So there's too many factors. I take that into account all the time. People don't understand. I drive these 6-hour road trips for work. And I'm like, I just feel like I'm going to get there sooner.
I'm the same way too when it comes to staying overnight places. Yeah, I could stay the night because it's a 4 to 6 hour drive home. But I'm okay. So I'm going to bed at 10, 11, 12, and then I'm sleeping 6 to 7 hours. Then I have to start my trip home when it's I'll just drive until 2 or 3 in the morning and be home. And then then I'm already.
Plus,
I'm already
you throw
there.
in, it's much more pleasurable to listen to a podcast
Yeah.
than you didn't have that 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But you can listen to a podcast on a plane.
Well, I mean, compare before it was, I'm doing something. I'm not zoning out on the road, as a zombie. I'm going to the airport. I'm on a short flight. I'm doing this, doing that.
It's a lot of fucking work. It's always a lot of hassle.
I get it. But compared to I would say the boredom of an 8-hour drive. But now you have.
Oh, you're saying it's taking that factor out of the drive. The drive's no longer as boring because I'm going to be sitting here listening to a podcast any damn way. The big difference is I can stop and eat when I want.
I just hate if I were to take, or when I do take week-long trips, you only get your 7 days. Imagine you're going to fly to the other side of the country and that flight gets delayed a day. All right, well now 1/7 of your trip and the start of it is already fucked. You're in a shit mood, it's just bad.
I'm thinking about that right now. I'm going on spring break and I'm like, man, I'm going to be there for this many days. And then I'm like, actually, that last day's non-existent.
Yeah.
In fact, the last day I have to get up so early to catch my flight that actually the night before now gets kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
So I have to go to bed early and pack, and that's all a pain in the ass. And all I really want to do is party, wake up in the morning and pack, but I don't have that.
We got to figure teleportation out.
We do, but the first couple of times they teleport people,
it's going to be messed up. I've seen The Fly.
Your intestines on the outside and shit. I just feel like it's got to be hard to put all those particles back together.
Yeah.
It just takes a couple particles to be off, to be like, I don't know, man. I've had plantar fasciitis ever since I teleported to California.
It is pretty crazy, though. I'm standing in front of 4 TVs that are literally sending signals, up in the space, back bouncing around the sky, and in live time. It wasn't that long ago.
Willy Wonka did it.
That it wasn't that long ago
2 Willy references this episode.
that people would have thought that was insane. It
is insane.
Yeah.
Come on. It's insane. It's insane that we're sitting here talking and then we're going to turn it into a digital file and then we're going to beam it out to whoever the fuck wants to listen.
Yeah.
It's all insane.
Yeah.
I don't understand any of it, but I'm not teleporting.
No.
Even if you saw all your friends do it successfully, you wouldn't be like, all right.
No, it ain't be in.
I mean, maybe. Yeah, that sounds cool.
He'd be like, I'm not getting in that teleport. Oh, you have one that's 4 times as much? I'm in.
Well, it's
got to be better.
In my defense, and I've never even heard either this technology or the company. But why does it cost more? Because it's probably safer.
Yeah.
And I'm safety first guy.
Yeah.
Money be damned.
Like that submarine. That was really expensive.
Okay, that was stupid.
But it was expensive.
There was only one option. Are we talking about the Titanic submarine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there's only one option.
Is that the one that imploded?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's only one option. So I don't even know if it's expensive. That's just the cost.
James Cameron went down to literally the Titanic 25 years ago.
That's just the cost. I don't know if it's expensive or not.
But his was legit.
Yeah.
That other guy built his himself.
Yeah.
That was shit.
It had a PlayStation controller driving the fucking thing.
I think the only thing in it was a couple seats of PlayStation controller and an iPad with a camera on the outside.
I've been playing GTA where I'm like, oh, the controller fucked me.
Yeah.
I made that move. You can't have that kind of shit happen when you're 20,000 leagues under the sea.
That's a whole new level of shit, I lost the word. Confined when you're
Claustrophobia?
Claustrophobia. Like,
Claustrophobi.
yeah, that's more than one.
That's when we all have it.
Yeah. Like, you freak out down there, and it's like, it's going to take 2 hours to get back to the surface, bro.
It's a lot.
You're stuck.
So we've all been, actually, all of us, I bet, in this room have been dealing with not a scam, but scam-I.
Yes.
Have you guys been getting text scams? Like crazy text scams?
I'm getting all, on my work phone and my personal phone, I'm getting the toll road scam text.
I apparently never pay tolls.
Yes.
I get notified a handful of times a day
Yep.
that I desperately need to pay this or
else.
But the toll one is everywhere.
I'm also getting daily on my personal phone multiple calls wanting to know if I'm selling my home.
Yes.
Interesting.
I get those calls too. I get text
Are
messages.
you not getting these, Dave?
I don't answer numbers that I'm unfamiliar with.
Well, see, on my work phone, I have to because I never know who's calling me.
Yep. I'm getting texts on my work phone with offers.
Oh, wow.
Just like, here's a number. And I'm like, don't know where you got that number. Sometimes I'm offended.
I answer and I go, are you a real estate agent? And they're like, no, in broken English. And I'm like, did I call you? And they're like, no. And I'm like, then why are you calling me? You could have just hung up or said no earlier, sir. I'm like, well, I want to waste your time like you're wasting my time.
Yeah, we should talk.
Yeah, let's get to know each other.
I'm having girl problems.
I want to know. I want to know what the scam is on that.
I don't understand it.
I don't think that one is a scam. I think that there's services out there that know that if they can buy a home for this value.
Somebody told me that if homes are selling in your neighborhood, which if you live in a neighborhood, homes are always selling. I mean,
Yeah.
there's like 400 homes in my neighborhood. I guarantee there's always one for sale. Like, I guess it gets fed into a database and people are like, well, let's see if we can buy other homes. I don't know. But it seems counterproductive because it's obviously calling from another outside country. Like, it's just not who I would want to deal with.
I think the text scam is actually way more efficient.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do the call. The fact that I'm getting all these texts that say you have an unpaid toll,
Yep.
not telling me when, where, and that I need to pay X amount of dollars.
Well,
My
as much as
favorite-
people drive, like, you could be like, oh, shit. Like,
Dude, I do
have-
rental cars and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
might have the surefire sign is when they say, reply to this, and then we'll send you a link, and then you got to click out to that
yeah.
link,
Yeah.
and then enter. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. That's two-factor authentication.
It is weird now that toll roads are working that way. They're like, yeah, drive through them and then we'll bill you. Like, huh?
It opens the door to
Yeah.
this scam, but this scam is everywhere. And I'm getting a new one from 3 different numbers today. I was notified that I had an Atlantic Union charge.
I think I've gotten that one.
I don't have an Atlantic Union
Yeah.
account. But 3 different numbers today notified me, hey, is this a fraudulent charge? This is Atlantic Union Bank. Is this charge yours? And each one was a different amount from a different number, but all just picking a bank. Which is a good move, because if I had an Atlantic Union account, I'd be like, ooh,
Yeah, well,
fraudulent
shouldn't
charge.
you pick like Wells Fargo or Wachovia or like a national brand that's like
You would
prominent? And maybe Atlantic is. I don't know. I feel like it's not.
I feel like it's
around here.
regional.
Yeah.
But maybe that's the thing. They're like, all right, these are like this area
Yeah.
code.
Southeast hit with this.
But I got 3 different ones of those today.
Yeah.
Which those are sketchy because my bank does text me when there's scam shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're just like, you can reply no and we'll block it. I'm sure these have a link.
The bank thing is weird because like I've gone to ATMs and like tried to pull out money and been like, no, we're not giving it to you. And this is at my bank, just at a different location. But then like when we did our cross country trip, I was like, for sure these motherfuckers are gonna be like, what are you doing here? And
Yeah.
every time I swipe my card, no problem.
Actually,
And I was in a different town every day.
that's one thing that I've grown to appreciate is like if I'm on the road, and what I've learned is if I'm swiping gas on the way there, they tend to leave me alone because they're like, all right, he's been gassing up. But like if I go somewhere and like I charge something and all of a sudden it gets denied and I'm like, the fuck you mean it's denied? And then my phone buzzes and they're like, did you just do this? And they like, but they have the name of the store that I'm standing in. And I'm like, yeah, all right, that's legit. I reply yes. But the fact that we've grown accustomed to the reply yes, no, it is opening us up to this scam.
Yeah, like when we did our cross-country trip, we flew out on like a Sunday or something. No, it was a Saturday. Flew out that morning, and that night I was at Petco Park buying $250 worth of baseball tickets, and it went right through, and I was like, you think they'd be like, wait, what?
This dude doesn't go there.
Yeah. He's on the other coast.
Yeah. So I can see how people fall for that scam. This is your bank. Did you charge $700 to this?
Yeah.
No. Tell me more.
Yeah.
Click this link. Like these people are getting fucked.
I feel like this is where I would like big government to come in and start fucking laying wood to people. Like,
I have a hard time wanting more big government. Not a fan.
Are you not driven insane by this shit coming to your personal phone and work phone all the time?
I understand how what you just said flies against everything that I'm feeling. But I don't want them involved anymore. This is a very complicated moment for me. I'm very confused.
Seems like a no-brainer to me.
It may be. I don't know. I haven't had enough time to process this particular thought. But like, yeah, just get it right so I don't have to deal with it. I don't know.
I mean, who's gonna what freedoms are they infringing on by stopping the scammers?
By fucking with the assholes?
Yeah.
No, I'm starting to come around. Starting to come around. It just takes me a moment. When every time you say big, I go, nah, I'd rather not.
Yeah, I get it. I tend to be that way too, but like, they also are, important in making roads and,
yeah, like
there's some good stuff.
No, I'm not anti.
Yeah.
Just anti.
Yeah.
You get it. I just want less scams.
I'm in the boat.
I want less scams because these things, the fact now that they have the ability to text means they can send out 1 million of them.
Yeah.
You only need like 3 or 4 dumbasses.
Yep.
And you've paid for the day. Now it's gravy after this.
Well, and now with the way computers work, like, it doesn't even take a lot of people. It's all computer generated stuff.
And we're very close from AI being able to be like, nah, that motherfucker's Bank of America. That motherfucker's Atlantic. That motherfucker's this.
And AI voices talking to you in real time where it sounds like somebody that's in your state, not in a different hemisphere, in a different continent.
Oh, so we are susceptible to potentially getting scammed very easily because our voices, we have more than enough content out there that they could make us say anything.
And well, we've said enough. Like, you would have to like make up like.
No, they only need like of the average person. If you have like 15 minutes of their voice, you can
make other words. Anything. But I'm saying we've said most of those words. You don't even need to make it up.
Every word except hippopotamus. It's
over.
Now they got it.
Yep. Shut it down.
Honey, there's a hippopotamus coming. They got us. Text $75.
Our daughter was eaten by a hippopotamus.
Yeah. A dingo ate my baby. Yeah, that's his bad Australian accent. That's him.
Yeah.
But like, we need to come up with like a safe word, like for our families.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, all right, if I ever call you, like, just what's the safe word?
Fuck, ours was hippopotamus. I gotta go back to the drawing board.
And y'all spent a long time coming up with that one.
Mm-hmm. Do hippocampus. It's different, but it's easy to remember because it's just like hippopotamus.
But you just said it.
Oh, hippodrome. Oh, fuck. They're all, if I say them,
right,
they really lose.
AI will know.
They lose their value. You need a different hippo one.
The password thing is gotten insane now. Like, to create a password for work is like, I'm running out.
I have a good one. Password 1235.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Flip the script.
No, everyone goes to 4.
You ever heard of the passphrase?
Now they're like, you need a punctuation. You need a number, lowercase, uppercase, da 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 da. I'm like, I can't remember all my own shit.
Passphrases help though.
Yeah.
Because then you're just like, all right,
But then they don't have the punctuation or the number or the whatever.
balls, said the queen. If I had 2, I'd be king. Exclamation mark. Boom. You just need a password phrase.
Got you.
And then you can just use that shit because it always checks the boxes.
But then you have to change it every 90 days or whatever your policy is at work.
Yeah, 3.
Ball, said the queen. If I had 3, I'd be king? Question mark.
And then when you get to 4, I'd be kings.
Yeah. Now you see?
Yeah.
But I do like the phrases. That's a good way to kind of work through it. That one, the ball, said the queen. If I had 2, I'd be king. Was old, now
Way
at this
old.
point. So like, it's not.
Don't try to use it.
It's not relevant anymore.
That's a lot to type out.
It is, but like if it's a sentence where it's like you start with a capital,
Yeah.
and then you just, and then you have something in there. You have a word in there that's a number, and you just use the number and just exclamation mark it. You're gonna check all the boxes.
But then you have that one once in a lifetime emergency that you have to give your passcode to your manager.
Yeah. If I sucked one dick,
Does it make me buy?
yeah! Exclamation! Well, question mark.
When I sucked Mike's dick in the next office over here at company such and such, I'm like, what are you talking about?
But sucks uses a $sign.
Yeah. Sally sucks 4 dicks. How many dicks does she need to suck to make a team?
Promotion.
Yeah, it's just it's good passwords. Though I ran into this the other day though because I was using
Sir, I might have made this one a little too personal.
Yeah, my boss's wife sucks the best dicks unless there's 2 in the room, and then she can't make eye contact enough for me to come. Exclamation mark.
My boss, Steve. Like Steve's like, what?
Yeah, you got to be very careful. But I ran into one the other day that fucked me up because I've always thought the passphrase, like you just have a sentence, then you can run that bitch for a while on all your shit. And then I ran into one the other day and it was like, that's more than 20 characters. And I was like, what the fuck? When did we limit the amount of craziness? I should be able to do a fucking soliloquy and like it checks out.
Oh, yeah. It was too long.
It was too long.
Yeah.
They said 20 characters. I was like, what? When did we start limiting? Your password should be between 17 and 19 characters long. That's some bullshit. And I wish when they challenged me for my password, they would remind me of what the
previous ones.
Of what the qualifications were.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, as a reminder, we
Yeah.
require a special character,
Yes.
a fucking number. Because then I'll go, oh, I know what I would have done in that moment.
I love when they give you examples and it looks like they punched the keyboard 3 times and you're like, I'm supposed to remember lowercase e, exclamation, $, asterisk.
Every time I do that and I accept it, I go, yeah, I'll use your strong password. The next time I go back to the site, I start
Reset.
entering my passwords.
Yeah.
And because the first one that it populates, I just see like a long ass thing. It's just all asterisks.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I know what my password is. It's one of these 4. And then I start doing it and then it gets confused. So I end up having to reset. So I can't use the strong password.
No.
Because I also don't want Google having every fucking password.
Yeah.
It's a complicated situation.
I didn't have passwords on our to-do list.
No, but we should start making you have a password just to get the episodes.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah, we need to make it more
We
difficult.
need to restrict this a little bit more. Not enough people.
They have to listen to get the password.
Well, we've done that, and that hasn't boded.
Actually, if we gave out all of our users, like told them what passwords they should be using this week, that'd be the safest passwords ever because no one's listening.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, we've given passwords to some of our third mics, and I don't think any of them have hit us up with any of them.
no, that's not true.
No, we caught like 3 or 4 people.
Dave dropped one. We kept him around. Adam dropped one back on us. We kept him around.
True.
Terrence dropped one. The Abacus.
Yeah,
dropped
but
it
most
back
of
on
those
us.
guys aren't even third mics anymore.
But at least they're still listening.
Yeah.
Like, at least I know who listens. Stu didn't catch that episode.
That'd be a good way to, like, if we ever had some sponsors again, we could give away some prizes. We could, like, and random parts of the episode say the word, and then like whoever got back to us first.
You know what I'd love? If Nectar would give us like a one-time 50% password.
Yeah.
It's valid for like 2 weeks. Keep the standard one out there, but then we could like get the hardcore listeners a really good deal.
That'd
Or,
be cool.
or at least the hosts.
Oh, we'd capitalize on that shit quick. Because I probably I need a few per.
I definitely need some.
It's spring break. We gotta get this shit
Yep.
going.
Hey,
It is spring break right now.
When you go there, can you find a pair of blue steels and pick them up?
It's a tough find, dude.
They've got a big box. Do not inventory blue steel.
I'll ask. But I'm not going down there till like
August.
Ah,
It'll be very late in the season. I can reach out to Sean. I mean, we do have direct contact.
yeah. He needs to bring that back.
Every time he brings it back, I get a purr, and I love them.
Yep.
Blue steels are dope. It's a good.
We're gonna see him hopefully we're gonna catch up with him while we're down there.
100%. We're going to. You know what I've noticed about the blue steels in particular? I get blue steels stolen from me more than any other pair of nectars, and they don't sell them. Chicks love blue steels.
Yep.
That's why you two like them.
It's not. It's just they are
Your
very
chicks.
they're a very stealable pair. I have people like I go out on I got on the boat and I'll be wearing my blue steels, and people are like, "Hey, can I get a pair of those? Like, where can I get those?" And then like I end up losing them, like giving them to somebody because I want to like spread the nectar love. And then it's like, "Hey, Sean, can you bring back the blue steel?" Oh, it's an every once in a while thing. Like they don't just sell them on the reg.
Oh, you mean the one that everyone asks about? No, we don't make those
They
anymore.
don't make that shit.
All right, great idea.
Well, he's not a capitalist. He's an entrepreneur, but not a capitalist.
He's definitely gotten rid of some of my favorite pairs over the years.
Yeah. Well, you like them wraparound looks.
Yeah.
But they've always had a hard time making those frames like hold up the way they want.
Always
As
hold
their
up for me.
standards go up, they have to get rid of certain
Yeah.
things, which is very frustrating.
And they've rebranded some stuff, so I can't just pick a name and go with it.
I had a listener reach out to me the other day because somehow we're the nectar experts. And like reached out to me the other day and was like, "Hey, I was looking for this style. And like I don't know what it's called anymore."
Yeah.
And I was actually able to figure it out. But I had to go on the website
Yeah.
and like go through them, and I was like, it's this one. I was like, why am I doing this? Like, how is this?
Because all the kickback you get.
Yeah, I got my sunglasses. We got some nectar sitting over there. Actually, you might want to see if there's some blue steels floating over there.
I hear you can steal them pretty easily.
Yeah, blue steel, STEAL. Should we go to a deli?
Is it deli time?
No.
Damn, we did 40 minutes already?
Hey,
Nice.
you know what I'm doing this weekend?
What's that?
I'm
Two
taking-
chicks at the same time.
Oh, you hit the lottery?
It's your boss's wife, I believe. Now I'm taking a knife making class.
Dude,
Ooh.
I've been looking to take one of those.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, my buddy at St. Patrick's Day said, "I don't know if you're interested in this, but I'm doing this on Saturday." And it's this local place called, it's a weird name, Join or Die Knives, but they're in Richmond.
That's cool.
And you show up and there's a blank and it
That's a great name. I have a shirt that says
Yeah,
that.
that's fucking sweet.
Yeah.
just seems weird.
Nah, skater
It's
die.
historic.
Okay.
It's the, who was it? Ben
don't
Franklin? I forget. No.
I
Who
went to
was it?
skater die, so I'm
No,
obviously
it's,
not.
look up Join or Die.
Or die.
It's about the 13 colonies coming together to join the United States. There's a snake that's cut up.
Oh yeah, okay. So there's a blank.
It's an 8-hour class.
Is the handle already on?
No.
No, you got to make it.
You make everything. Like they hand you the blank and they differentiated it. They said it was material removal. So you're not going to like hand forge it or anything.
Yeah.
So you'll
grind it down.
grind it, do all that.
That's still cool.
and then
That's
you'll
super cool.
also make
And
the
not as
handle.
hot.
Yep. Also make the handle. And I'm doing it with my son, which I think will be awesome.
That's super cool.
Then y'all can go like stab people together.
Yeah.
No, they can
Nice.
stab each other.
Heirloom.
And y'all been doing the shanking thing for a while, but now you'll like have some legit matching knives.
That's super cool.
Yeah. Let us know how that goes because I might
I'm
be down
interested.
for that.
Will do.
What kind of,
Is there an age? Do you know if there's an age restriction? Because that's something I like taking my boys to do.
Yeah, I signed up for it, and then it's a very small company, and I got an email. It was auto generated, but it was from the owner, like, "Oh, we're happy to
Scam.
have you." And I wrote him back and said, "Hey, is it cool?
While you're here, can you pay your tolls?
Is it cool if I bring my 17-year-old son?" He said, "Yeah, of course. Under 18's allowed with an adult."
Oh, nice.
So
Oh, there you go. There's the answer to
Dude,
your
that
question.
sounds awesome, man. Like that'd be such a cool gift to give your kid.
and they're providing like meals and
Because my son likes to make shit.
yeah.
Yeah, your son's crafty.
Yeah,
So I'm excited.
and all little boys.
I just wanted to pad 2 minutes for the deli.
Now it's
That's
proper
cool.
deli time. Hey, you want to pad
Is
some
it,
more?
Is it in the fridge here?
Yeah, it's the only thing in there.
Incorrect.
Well, there's one thing that's our favorite.
There's
the
two kegs in there.
refreshers, and then there's this.
I'm assuming this West Creek Premium Dry Cider from the land of Gooch.
Yeah, I'm excited about this.
Unfiltered hard cider from Blue Ridge Mountain
Unfiltered
Apple.
ciders are the best.
It's like a,
Hard ciders with no
6.2.
added sugar are the driest. This should be a perfect
Zero
cider.
added sugar. Do you want a whole one or are we splitting one?
let's split one.
I bet this Joker, well, it's a big one. I bet these Jokers were not cheap.
Yeah.
You ever been to West Creek or had anything from West Creek? I don't even know where it is. I mean, I know it's in Goochland, but that doesn't mean anything to me.
Is that
Introducing West Creek Premium Dry Cider, a refreshing and authentic taste of the Blue Ridge Mountains in every sip. Crafted from hand-picked apples grown exclusively in the region's orchards, this unfiltered hard cider embodies the essence of Virginia's long-standing agricultural tradition. With a crisp and dry profile, West Creek Premium Dry Cider delivers a satisfying balance of flavors. Each sip carries a subtle hint of natural sweetness derived solely from the apples with no added sugar. From the first pour to the last drop, indulge in the crispness and authenticity of Virginia's varied terrier.
It's gonna be good.
Whether
Terroir.
enjoyed... Huh?
Terroir.
Yes. Whether enjoyed on its own... What does that mean?
The land, the soil.
Whether enjoyed on its own or paired with your favorite meal, this cider is a testament to the Virginia apple.
Wassail.
It's green. Everything's green.
Really?
The can is light green, a very pale green, and the words are green, like forest green.
I like the off-white. I'm just super excited about this.
so? You haven't had this?
No, but you know I like ciders when
Yeah.
I'm not drinking.
Have you been to the cidery?
No.
Where is it?
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I literally saw it in Total Wine today, and I thought, oh my, I want in. Oh, smells like a foot.
Oh,
Don't like the smell. So that's a natural cider. That is, when they say unfiltered, they mean like completely uncut.
If you breathe really deep though, that funk disappears and you get the apple.
yeah.
No, and that's
it
exactly.
got better.
But that's a lot of ciders. If they're too artisanal, you get that foot.
It's funny because it keeps talking about the Virginia apple, but there's 1,800. I don't know. There's a shit ton of apple varieties, like, and they're not putting a name on it. And all apples taste different.
This one tastes like a foot.
I just went to take a sip, and all I got was foot again, and it
Is this a
hasn't
foot
touched my
cider?
lip.
It's good.
Foot cider.
I have my initial impression.
Yeah.
I don't like anything dry.
You wanna love this so bad.
Oh yeah, he was excited.
I do, because I'm a cider guy. I really am. I spend a lot of time in cideries. I like artisanal cideries, but there are certain ones where they go so old school that it's like, oh, someone fought it in your can.
This is not as good as apple cider. And actually, it is apple cider.
Oh, this is borderline perfect. Like, that's the fucked up thing. It
tastes like it was made in the 1700s.
It's right there. Like, they're doing everything right. They're just not hitting the mark perfectly. But as far as like, it's not sweet. It's not overly sweet. It's got all that going on. It's got a genuine apple flavor. But the fact that when I breathe in deep through my mouth, I taste mud.
This is interesting.
It is. But like, as I drink it, it becomes more appley and less footy.
You know what it tastes like to me? It tastes like the $3 Brut champagne you buy for New Year's parties.
But that a true apple cider that's dry does take on like a champagne vibe. And it's really pleasant when it gets it right.
Is it?
This is so close to being a perfect cider.
If this is close to being a perfect cider, I don't like perfect cider.
Because you can have a perfect cider but have too much foot in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if they'd remove that foot, the fact that it's not sweet.
Think they stirred it with someone's foot?
No.
Like a corpse's?
This one tastes like it has ever so slightly turned to apple cider vinegar. Just so slight.
That's a good.
Like, it is dry. I get that. But as far as the flavor
It does have a
goes,
vinegary
it
finish.
has a weird...
Actually, I'm coming around on it. Now that I've gotten past the foot, it's like a sour beer. I have to get past that earthy tones.
No.
I can tell you right now, I'm between a 3.5 and a 4.
Oof.
Good gracious.
No, because it's doing it. It's just too earthy. In fact, it is too earthy. It is a 3.5 for me. I'll tell you why. I don't like the nose. I love the apple flavor that I get. I love that it's not sugary. You clearly can tell they haven't doctored this up. This is truly just the apple sugars allowing it to ferment, do its thing. The apple comes through, but it's totally understated because it hasn't been sugared. It's the damn funk that comes through with it, unfortunately, with the unfiltered nature, the unpasteurized nature. It's so natural that it tastes footy. And that's why I can only go 3.5. But if they could just pull back the footiness by just like running it through a coffee filter one fucking time before they bottle it, be perfect. It's so close. It's 3.5 for me.
What do you think of the myriad of Bold Rock ciders?
Bold Rocks are too candy ass. They're not right. If you're going to give me candy, give me Down East cider. Because at least Down East cider is like sugary and sweet, but it's juicy, it's thick. Mm-hmm. It's got that unfiltered haziness to it. Fucking phenomenal. The best ciders in all of Virginia right now are coming out of Albemarle Cider Works, and they've got everything. They will take a crab apple and turn it into a cider that'll blow your mind.
So those are 4s.
Those are 4s all day.
All right. And this, you said this is a 3.5.
Yes.
And then what's a Bold Rock? A 2.5?
A 3 if you get their extra dry.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get their like flavors, you know,
Right.
those are 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
But like they're so pleasant. They're actually more enjoyable to drink than this. But that doesn't make them better. I don't know. Like, I'm a cider guy. I love ciders. I spend a lot of time with ciders. I was drinking Unicorn Fuel last weekend.
I remember.
Which is a candy ass cider, but it's not too sweet.
Yeah.
So like, I enjoyed the shit out of it.
So I'm not I enjoy ciders, but I wouldn't classify myself. What the fuck was that?
Sorry. My phone went off.
And that's your ringtone?
No, a video popped up.
Because I am a neophyte to cidery, I feel like I want some apple flavor
To pop through.
some sweetness to pop through, and I'm not really getting that.
No.
And it is funky, and I'll take your word that this is well done.
Oh, it's close.
But I guess I'm not in that camp, so
No, yeah, don't let me.
I'm gonna do it a favor and give it a 2.5. But I would never.
Fuck, that's your favor?
I would never seek this out.
Yeah. Okay. 2.5, 3. We're at a 3 right now.
Well, we're going lower.
That's fair.
So my take on this, I'm gonna agree with both what you guys said. It's not very good. The funk is too much. The dry is too much. But it's also not spit out bad, not finish it bad. So if we harken back, let's time travel back a week.
Okay.
I said the last beer, what was that? That was the Solace, a little bit cloudy. Said that was slightly above.
This
I
is
gave that a
slightly
3.
Below.
I'm going this is slightly below average.
2?
So I'm going 2.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think this cider is divisive like that because of the foot.
Yeah.
There's too much funk.
And that it's just a little bit of sweet would really cut that foot.
I know, but that's in a perfect cider world. To add the sugar to remove the funk is to fuck up the cider because now
Yeah,
you're
but to
making it
Dave's
sweet.
point, apples can be sweet
They can, and you can use
without
apples,
sugar.
You can use apples that are sweet.
So if I go 2, that equals 2.66.
Better than average. That's probably fair because I think this is going to disagree with a lot of people.
And I bet that people that love really dry wines would.
Or champagne.
Well, the bubbles make champagne better.
But this, unfortunately,
in this?
Yeah, it doesn't make it better.
if this lost the funk, it would be so much better.
Yeah,
Because then you would taste the apple.
yeah.
If you could just remove the funk. I just don't want to.
That's weird too. It's a 6.2 and you don't really taste the booze.
You never taste the booze in the cider. Dude, I've had ciders that are like 10, 11%. And you're like, this is so good.
That's wild.
And then you
I
end
wonder
up,
why that is.
it's just because the natural, you get a nice sweet apple.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to taste the booze.
That's crazy.
It's wild. I love cider's like my jam. I really was hoping this was going to kick ass.
Well, you love it, so then you should be happy.
I do. But I know I knew immediately when I smelled it. I go, damn it. They kept too much funk. And the funk's not ever a positive variation on a cider. There's a place over here, and I hate to down it. It's called Courthouse Creek Cider. And I've done a wassail there. And they make these
What's a wassail again?
You know, it's you don't know what I'm saying?
I've never done one. I know you've mentioned it on the podcast before, but for those uninitiated, you know.
A wassail is a scientific endeavor.
Oh, scientific, huh?
Yes. Because, so you want your crop to grow, right?
Obviously.
You want your crop to be fruitful.
Yes, every year.
Okay, so clearly you should rely on science to remove the demons and the evil spirits.
Oh, that's my problem.
Yes.
I'm not doing it right.
So the best way to ward off evil spirits is through noise. And what don't demons like? Jubilant noise.
Oh.
And so a wassail is a gathering of people who get jubilant, excited, happy.
And you've done this.
Yeah. So you make noise. Noise can come in many forms, banging on drums, but the preferred
Jubilantly banging on drums.
drugs.
Let's say
Yeah.
drugs are involved too.
You just start banging drugs
Yeah.
in the field. You get out in the field, you sing, you make noise, you make a clatter. It scares off the evil spirits.
Oh, I've done that.
And it allows the harvest.
Maybe I just didn't know the terminology.
You were a wassail?
Yeah.
Were you jubilant?
That's a good question.
I don't think so.
You put me on the spot now.
It's the lack of jubilance.
Yeah, that's probably why the crops died.
But if you sing enough and bring enough positive energy into it,
And I'm not really a good singer.
loudly,
Or I wasn't loud enough. Man, I really fucked my wassail way up.
big time,
Yeah.
then that'll ward off the evil spirits and allow the
Can you
harvest
come
to
next
grow.
time and set me straight?
Bro, if you're doing a wassail, I'm your guy.
Okay. Well,
I'm your guy.
good to know.
Yeah, I'm a nerd to the point that I've watched Sail to Cider Orchard. I like cider.
Well, that's probably what made their cider so good.
Actually, I was about to say, so their ciders. I find that they keep
This isn't going south, is it?
No, they have great harvests.
Yeah.
All I can do is
You've done
impact
your
the
part.
harvest. Yeah, I've impacted the harvest.
Yeah.
But they tend to make like genuinely footy ciders, like in the old school manner. And then sometimes they'll take it another level where they'll age it in like cement barrels. And the cement gives it like this earthy aging tone.
Oh my God, that sounds awful.
It sounds
Oh yeah. No.
the worst.
The worst.
By the way, earthy, like anything I'm ingesting, taste, like I don't look at earthy as ever positive.
Yeah. All right. So now I'm going to take you, let's take a step back and let's go with fine cheeses, right? We as Americans, and I count myself amongst them, we like cheddars and like
Not fine.
Swisses.
Americans.
Yeah. I'll go so far as to be like Jarlsberg.
Yeah.
But as far as but like pepper jacks and things like this. These cheeses are easily approachable and tasty as shit. You go to France and you spend $1,000 on a gram of cheese, it's going to blow your head off with foot.
That's no interest.
Disgusting. But this is considered the finest of cheeses. The more foot in it, the better. Do I agree with it? No. I've had cheeses that make me want to throw up where they're like, this stuff is so good. We sell it by the gram.
It can't be that good.
It's fucking awful.
Yeah.
You can open the container that it's in and the whole house will smell like a corpse's foot.
That's part of eating to me.
But
Like
they're
if it doesn't smell good, then I'm not going to enjoy eating it.
I'm with you, but there's a whole part of the universe that is like the more footy, the better.
Yeah. Everybody's brainwashed.
Like Hungary
It's sure.
with the Jepsons.
No, their shit's fantastic. It's right there. It's a unicum. It's fantastic stuff. But I think that cheese world where you get those moldy, nasty cheeses and they're like, oh, it's so fine. Well, the ciders, when they get that footiness, there's a certain segment of the population that's like, finally.
A certain segment I don't want to befriend.
And I don't agree with it. So I'm saying this is a little too footy for
But
me.
it does fit that Brendan's like over here going, I'm a cider guy. That's my stuff.
I do like cider. And this one is just too footy. Just a little too much funk in the cheese.
Yeah.
That I'm like, never putting this in my sandwich. I'm never putting this on my anything. I don't want it. It's too much. And this has a little too much of that. But I'm saying it's so little. And you guys picked up on it. And it's little.
Yeah.
I've had ciders that knock your head off. Where you're like, fuck, that's footy. And people are like, we did it. It's artisanal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe you should dumb it down a little because us Americans, we love cheddar and fucking sweet. But I don't want sweet. So I'm like having a fight. This is close. This is very close. But I understand exactly what you're saying. On the nose. Nah, dude. That's footy.
Yeah, if it doesn't smell good, I'm probably not going to eat it.
Oh, it's so close to being good. It's just that fucking foot. The funk. Don't fake the funk.
But you gave it a 3.5.
Yeah,
Because-
that's a stellar score.
Because the fact that they were able to get the amount of apple and sweetness through it while being dry, through the foot to come forward, they're this close to getting it right. They're probably just, like I said, they're one filtration away. They're unfiltered. They're one filtration away from having a perfect cider. Because it's not like they unfiltered and have this juicy cider, which is what Down East adds a little sugar and lets it be unfiltered. And it comes through with a mouthfeel and a flavor that's just amazing. Oh, you guys got me on my horse.
Sorry we didn't love it as much as you.
You want to talk about more disappointing? Because it is festival season. This won't offend you guys as much, but I find
I miss my window, by the way.
y'all are familiar with Tool, right?
I'm never going to a music festival.
I'll get you to a festival.
I have no desire anymore because as someone who doesn't drink, kind of the worst place ever to go.
What's a better drug, music or booze?
What do you mean?
I find music to be a better drug than booze.
So you go and you just listen.
No. So I find that if you,
I'm so fucked up, dude.
I find that if you combine the two,
I've been listening to music all day. I can't go home now. I can't drive myself.
I'm a day listener.
No, I agree.
I drive to
I think-
concerts sober and I'll watch a concert sober and drive home.
No, you do not.
I've done it in the last year.
He's thought about it.
No, because I take my daughter. I'd like drive down to the National.
You've driven to one.
Yes.
This guy, like, I just love music. I just go all the time. Dude,
No, I'm just saying.
It's a party.
It's a better drug. Music's a better drug than drinking.
But you don't separate the two.
I don't have to.
I can separate them anytime I want.
No, but I mean, like, if
No,
there's a
I don't
show-
mind going to a show and not drinking, but I don't want to go to a multi-day festival and be around people that are wrecked all day long.
I totally understand that, actually. Now that you say it in that
Yeah,
sense.
and that's why I'm
But
saying,
I'm saying,
I
like,
miss
if there's
my
a show downtown that I want to catch
all day.
I'll drive down and catch a show
Yeah.
and not drink and
in
drive
theory.
home.
Yeah,
No,
you
in
do that
practice.
Yeah.
I've done it in practice.
Yeah. Okay.
Having kids has really helped me embrace this. Where, like, I can't get my wife to go, and I'll be like, "Hey, kids, either one of you want to see the show?" And I'll just
Hey,
drive to it and
kids,
come
you
back.
want some drugs? I mean, you want to listen to some music?
Hey, music's more druggy than drinking, so you can only have a sip of this song, and then you're fucked up.
First song's free.
Y'all fucked up. All right, I'm not arguing it.
But I do like music hits different on while you're drinking for sure.
I tend to agree.
So I'm not faulting anyone for doing it. I'm just saying
A festival would be too much to bite off.
yes,
You would gladly go to a show,
all day.
but 4 days
Yes.
of all-day shows.
But when I was drinking, like I'd go watch a 4th-tier band that I'd never heard of and enjoy it because I'd be half in the bag. It'd be an experience. But now
I
it's
won't
like
lie, it helps.
I wouldn't want to probably stand there and listen to a band I've never heard of now with everybody, blasting.
Oh,
around
no.
me.
Okay, no, there's so a band I've never heard of, I'd like a few drinks.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Maybe a dozen. But so y'all are familiar with Tool, right?
Yeah, I've never been a big fan.
Dave, you like Tool?
Sure.
So you're familiar with them and you like them.
Yeah, they had a big hit in the early 90s.
They had a bunch of hits, I think.
I think they're great. As far as like that particular dark metal sound, like I really like it.
I couldn't even name a Tool song.
Sober.
Sober,
Yeah, I am, but I don't think that has anything to do with the music.
Okay. Prison sex.
Oh,
I
I'm
love that.
pro prison sex.
Yeah.
But what about their music?
Shit blood and come on my hands. That's a great fucking line, but never mind. It's a little weird. Cider's strong. Is it strong? It is strong. It's the second episode. It's a little
Yeah.
But like, all right, so Tool put on one of these like weekend festivals, but like where you travel to it. Like we're gonna go to Mexico and it's gonna be Tool Fest. And they had like some other cool bands and they promoted it.
Don't people have trouble to any music festival?
But this is like a destination music festival, like out of the
Okay.
country.
Okay.
So it's like everybody who's at the hotel on the resort is a Tool
It's
fan.
like a takeover, kind of like a cruise where like
Yeah, the whole resort's
Yeah.
rented out. So the Playa Riviera. And so like they did this Tool Fest and they had like a handful of other really good bands. But the whole shtick was both nights the headliner is Tool and it was promoted as 2 totally different Tool sets. Now you would think that the band is fully in on this situation.
yeah.
Like they're doing a Mexico rent out the entire resort.
Yeah, you think they played a part in setting it up.
Yes. So they guaranteed 2 different sets of Tool as the headliner.
Like a standard set and then like a metric set.
Actually, if you know anything about Tool,
Yeah.
that actually kind of makes sense because they do a lot of shit with like timing and like weird. I can't remember what is the Fibonacci code.
Yeah.
They got songs that literally follow the Fibonacci code. They're deep. Maynard knows this shit. He's a very deep dude. So all these people go all the way out to fucking Mexico. They go to this resort. They do this 2-day festival. And Tool literally repeated 4 songs from the Friday night set to the Saturday night set. And the whole crowd revolted, was booing Tool.
What?
According to
No, seriously.
according to Reddit, the lead singer asked the crowd how many people weren't there the night before, and no one raised their hands.
Yeah, because they're literally at a resort. Like, what the fuck was Maynard thinking?
But I'm like, all right, here's my take on
it's
this.
Tool Fest.
Here's my take. 100% of those people are wrong and idiots. Because
No,
yes,
Maynard's wrong.
No, 4 songs is not even. First off, if you love a band so much you're going to go out of the country to see said band, you'd probably be fine if they ran back the same damn thing. Now, yes, they play there, and there's probably 4 songs that they have hits that they want to play every night. Like, you go see certain bands, you're expecting the hits. Like, I can that's not worth just because 4 songs you're getting that upset over. That's ridiculous.
But it was billed as 2 entirely different sets by Tool.
That wouldn't even faze me in the least. I'd be like, oh shit, they did that last night. Guess they fucked up. They're probably drunk and high because they're fucking rock and roll stars. Like,
But it was billed to the biggest fans of theirs as 2 distinct sets.
Yeah.
You don't think you...
I would not care.
I need an adjudicator.
I don't know what Troy's missing. I don't know how you don't understand if you're there to see 2 different shows, even by the same performer, and you get the exact same show.
It's not the exact same.
It's not the exact same. There were only 4 songs
They
repeated.
probably played 20, 25 songs. So
No, it was only like 9 songs. So it's almost damn near 50%.
well, that's
repeated.
kind of lame.
Well, wait, I'm confused because they did 4 songs in one over.
They did the same 4 songs in the 2, like, call it 10 song set.
Yeah, they did 4 songs the first night and the same 4 songs the second.
They
night.
only did 4 songs?
No. Say they did 10 songs the first night, 10 songs the second night.
4 were
But
repeated.
4 were repeats.
Again.
Okay.
Again, that's not, to me, that's not. I've seen certain bands multiple times, and first off, most of the time you don't even know what you're going to get, and you might get the same. Then I'm always happy when my favorite songs get played anyway.
I can see both points. I can see
I go
yours,
see I
and
go
can
see Widespread Panic for like they play 2 shows in Raleigh. They'll never repeat the same song. And this was
Yeah, but
billed,
even their type of music isn't. They don't even play the same song the same way.
But Tool is like the jam band of metal or dark.
But if
metal.
you're a super fan and you're going to travel that far, like, you probably wouldn't care. I wouldn't think you would care.
By the second repeat song on the second night, they were getting booed by their fans.
I find it weird that they're only playing 10 songs in a set because that's nothing.
Well, they kind of stretch them. Like they, you know what I mean? Like they jam band them a little bit. But even then, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Like you're at their festival. I think the whole thing was actually poorly done.
Yeah.
Like when I looked at I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm a Tool guy. Like I want to be a Tool apologist. I find it odd that you are the Tool apologist and I'm now the anti. That would piss me off. If I was promised 2 distinct sets and I traveled out of the country for a specific Tool festival that had bands.
They shouldn't have promised 2 different sets. That's where they went wrong.
What?
Because first off, you can't hold rock and roll star. I mean, in
That's
today's
true, though, but
world,
why was marketing so far away
I know.
from the band? Like the band knows.
you're lucky
they're
the
doing
band
this.
even shows up on time anymore, or shows up at all. Like, I don't know. Like, it just seems like a weird thing to get upset with. Like, I mean, maybe I guess they probably spent a ton of money and they're like, "Fuck it, I want to bitch and get some money back."
Yeah, they're making it out to be the Firefest. Like Tool fans are like, I was eating crackers and stranded on this island.
But that being said, going against the fucking establishment is rock and fucking roll.
That's punk rock, actually.
No, it's all
I think rock and roll though. But I'm with you. Punk rock more so.
Yeah.
But rock and roll in general is anti-establishment. Punk rock's the most. I don't know. I would be pissed.
I mean, rock and roll was before punk, and they were doing all that shit.
well, you got to have a start.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I'm. It's interesting that you're on the other side of this.
Have you not seen a band before that's played a version of?
Sure. I actually expect most bands tour around and play the same set. Taylor Swift just did the Eras tour. We should go from Tool to Eras.
I get them mixed up
all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. But like the Eras
Tool or
tour,
Smith?
the Eras tour only had 2 songs that would be different.
Yeah,
That was the whole fucking...
because it's a show.
Yeah. There was
you
like,
have
here's
to-
the show, here's your special song, and
Yeah.
here's your other special song, and that's all you get. But this was billed as 2 distinct sets. You would think marketing would have at least talked to the band.
And they might have agreed. And then Tool might have said, fuck it. We're fucking playing these songs because we like these songs.
And like you can't just blame one dude. Like the whole band was unaware. Because you would think that like the fucking tambourine guy would have gone, hey,
They have a
this was-"
tambourine guy?
No, clearly not. That dark ass sound. Yeah, cowbell.
Davy Jones.
No, like, you would think that some member of the band would be like, hold on, I thought this was billed as
Yeah.
2 distinct, and bring it up, because then I think the band would go, oh, good call. They didn't.
They don't care about their fans. They're assholes.
The fact that they yelled out, who was here last night, not realizing that these people all came in just for Tool Fest.
Go back to Drunk or High. I mean,
I just think that's a lack of paying attention at all.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they obviously weren't.
They weren't involved
Involved.
in this process one bit.
Yeah.
And I just find that shocking that you would allow your promoter to build something, and then you fly all the way to Mexico and you just think it's a show in Mexico.
You think it's 2 shows that.
Yeah, just in Mexico, and you're at the same resort. It's weird.
Well, that must have sucked for the Tool fan. They're probably mad too because if Tool was that out of it, they probably weren't doing, because most of these things involve like meet and greets. Like the whole point is of these festivals like this, like cruise
Whole thing.
festivals, is they're out mixing with the fans. It's all about the fans.
That's what these are for.
So they have every right to be mad about that. Like they didn't take the fans into consideration. But again, I'm not a Tool guy, but I don't expect Tool to fucking be lovey-dovey and give 2 shits about you.
No, they
As a
don't.
group.
I get that. But like, all right, usually you have an opening act, but you've had 5, and it's 5 different opening acts on 2 different days. You don't think that's a clue?
Yeah. I don't know.
I was offended. As a festival guy and a Tool fan, I was offended.
You know what's weird?
This entire topic.
I'm shifting gears. Comedians release a special, and if they ever tell a duplicate joke, it'd be like a travesty.
Yeah, because once you release the special, all those jokes are over.
Right, but
Yeah, but they also spend a year or 2
Building.
doing that exact same show across the country,
Yeah,
but you don't know
testing
about it.
You're
But-
just testing
and building
all that
it,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
but music fans will go see the exact same show with slight variances.
But you know
for
what's weird?
decades.
You know
That's
what's
true. You don't follow Bill Burr
Right.
around
No,
the
but
country.
there are also certain comedians have certain bits that they get yelled at.
Well, yeah.
They're like-
Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah.
Oh, no. The worst example of that is Kreischer.
Yeah,
he's
he-
the-
Kreischer has to come out with his fucking shirt off now because he's the
He
machine.
did it one time, and he has to tell the same fucking
He got
bullshit
ruined.
story.
He got ruined and made.
He is not funny at all. I
You
find
don't
him-
think Bert Kreischer's funny?
No, he doesn't say anything. Yeah,
You know,
his
like-
laughing at his own jokes is the fucking most annoying thing ever.
I think Kreischer's funny. He's talented.
Nah, not at all.
I think he was funny when you were in your 20s. And then as you've gotten older, he hasn't evolved at all and literally tells the same joke.
Because he made a movie on the machine.
that was
Like,
awful.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, it was awful.
You watched the machine.
Yeah.
I did not watch that.
I'll watch anything on Netflix.
I see that. Because if you watch the Kreischer movie,
Yeah.
Dave, have you seen the Kreischer movie?
Nope.
I haven't seen it.
I read
Was
the-
it worth the shit?
No.
I mean, your reaction, tell me
Not at
everything,
all.
but I figured we'll play it up for the pod.
I read the reviews. I'm like, I don't need to see that.
You knew what it was. I knew what it was going in. I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised by anything.
Well, no. I can tell you the story.
Most of his jokes are exaggerated, made up stories of his anyway,
Yeah.
and him laughing at them.
It's his laugh originally was infectious.
And then and for some reason, his ego is off the charts.
Oh, dude, big time. He's the biggest thing in the world.
Yeah.
According to Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
You listen to his podcast?
No. I listen to the Two Bears, One Cave occasionally.
But that's his.
A lot of times if he's not on it.
When one of the Bears is
Yeah,
missing.
when they'll have a guest on it. Because I just don't find him funny. I find Tom Segura hilarious.
Yeah, Tom Segura is great.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I like that podcast.
Yeah.
But I don't subscribe.
Me either.
A lot of people don't subscribe.
Yeah.
Listeners. Mm-hmm. Just subscribe.
I have a few that I used to be subscribed to and now I've unsubscribed, and I'll just go back and look. Like Joe Rogan. When he went to Spotify, I totally broke away from him. And just recently I've started, because he's back on all the platforms again.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. And I'll go through and just, because he puts out so many and they're so long. And some of them are just like people I don't even want to hear, but every now and then I'll have one.
And they've all turned into, this is why you should do this drug, and this is why you should microdose this mushroom, and it gets really old.
It's funny because he has so many people on, and they're not listeners. So like he literally repeats himself.
I have an idea.
Yeah, and he'll be like, and this is why you should take this Alpha Brain product. And it's like, all right, I've heard all this before. Like, it's not the listeners are paying a tax because you're telling the new guy who's never listened something they've heard 300 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Respect.
But, yeah, I don't know.
I wish we got to that point
Yes.
where I could just repeat the same shit.
You know what was funny though? Speaking of podcasts, I was listening to Corolla the other day. Well, I listen every day. Trey Crowder was on there.
Oh, our guy.
Yeah.
We launched his career.
Yep. It was pretty interesting because he talked about how he got famous with his little redneck shtick, and then he beats that little redneck drum, and Adam Carolla's not that guy, but they talked and got along, and they didn't really challenge each other on it, which I kind of thought was interesting.
But Trey Crowder he dances the line so well.
Yeah.
Because he is the liberal redneck.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he understands the pickup truck.
Yeah.
And he understands equal rights. And he kind of like...
He also understands that Corolla's a big podcast, and if he plays nice in the sandbox, he might get some more fans out of it.
That's why he came on Inside the Pallet House.
That's right.
He was just trying to build
years
himself.
ago, well before Corolla.
Yeah. No, we were an early stop on his meal ticket.
What happened to the rest of the guys in that group?
They're still touring comedians.
I can tell you, Corey's the funniest dude on that motherfucker.
As a core group still together, or did you go solo?
They
They're
do
friends.
they kind of do solo stuff, but like I think Corey and Trey do a podcast together, and like they all kind of do things together still, but they're all three touring, and they're middling. They're not selling out arenas or.
Corey's hilarious.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
He was like, when we engaged with that group,
Yeah.
I was like, this dude's hilarious. And then I was also like, I hope this dude doesn't die.
Drew was funny, but very intellectual.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah. Corey cleaned his act up. He's lost a ton of weight, and I don't think he drinks like he used to, but he was a train wreck.
Because that fucker was taking shots of Malort with us in the middle of the day. Before he had work to do.
I like how you're like,
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't die. He was doing shots with us.
Yeah.
Well, I assume I'm going to die.
Well, this was at like 10, 11 in the morning at the Funny Bone.
Yeah, and
like
we're
before they had to go to work that night,
Right.
We're taking shots of Malort with these guys doing the podcast. And then Troy and I were like, that was awesome.
It wasn't that early, I guess. What time? Because we left like mid-afternoon, I guess. We probably got there around noon.
How did you book them?
We had this third mic named Ely that when he got on, he was like awesome about reaching out to people. And he would book us. We had guests every week.
Yeah, he was good.
And he would reach out to these people, and he reached out to the manager when they were in town at the Funny Bone, and he's like, their manager's like, yeah, come on. Because at the time they were coming up and we'd heard about them.
They were like, if you can do a Richmond podcast, like help us sell tickets,
Yeah.
it'd be great. They were like, yeah, we'll help you sell tickets by doing a podcast the day of your show and releasing it later.
Yeah. And then, but like, it was cool because we got there and like we set up on the stage at the Funny Bone and like, we're just going back there and grabbing beers out of their cooler, like crushing beers.
Yeah, we were partying early.
Yeah.
But yet I'm worried about fucking them.
Yeah.
I'm like, these guys were drinking fucking shots in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
That's retarded. Who does that? And we're half in the bag. And then we went out after, and Troy and I were so high from after the episode.
Oh, man. That was one of the highest I've ever been.
Yeah, we got.
You mean endorphin high?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, then we just kept drinking.
We like left because we'd ridden together. And then we stopped at BJ's right at there, the steakhouse, and sat at the bar and just kind of like stared into space like, holy cow, that was amazing. Because it was a great episode.
Oh, we laughed our asses off.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
You'd have to go, but wait, sorry, I'm just like belching the mics. This is
How long ago was that? That was a long time ago.
how long have we been doing this podcast? 17 years?
Yeah.
It's like 15 years ago. It's been a long time.
It's been 6-7 years probably.
Yeah.
Was it year 2 or 3 maybe?
They've already peaked and they're on their backside.
We could get them again.
Like, we
And
just
they
keep-
pushed it out. They shared it.
Oh yeah, I remember you were like, the motherfuckers started sharing it, and then like a couple hours later, they're cool. They shared it.
But it was like, they were like, we did a thing. And they like sent the link out. Like it wasn't like, hey,
enough.
check these guys out. They're pretty funny. Like
It was funny enough that they shared it.
yeah,
I wasn't mad.
no,
It was a good episode. We put it out as a best of once.
yeah,
The well read.
yeah,
Just go to the website Inside the Palette, because on like iTunes and shit, it only goes back
a year,
100 episodes.
yeah, 100 episodes, and we're
So
well
you'd
past
have to
that.
go to like into InsideThePaletteHouse.com and go in the search, put well read.
RED.
Yes. And you'd pull it up. It's a
We
great
gave them
episode.
T-shirts. They gave us T-shirts.
Yeah, we did a t-shirt. It was a jersey
Yeah.
swap at the end of the
Yeah.
game. Yeah. It was good.
It was good.
They knew they'd lost. We were more funny.
It was good though.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, I'm with you. Because reminiscing is the lowest form of podcast.
No, Ely got us the liberal wrestler guy, the progressive liberal. Like he got us all kinds of people. Gay Brad.
No, that was me.
Oh, you did that?
I
Oh, yeah,
did-
that makes sense.
I was working on stuff. I went and had tacos with him in the middle of the day.
Did you get us the as told over brunch?
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to be better about getting guests.
We tried harder.
Yes.
Here you go. This is how hard we're trying. Bye.
Well, now it's hard to. We used to be better about setting. We had a date, and we knew we did it whatever day, and we weren't. Our kids were young, so we weren't.
No, now we're
busy.
just old men.
Well, now we're busy every night.
That's what I mean.
Like we have our kids are dragging us all over, but back then our kids were 5.
It made it very easy to do
Yeah.
a podcast, like professional.
Yeah, because they went to bed at 7:30, and we were free. No longer.
Yeah, those were the good old days. Wouldn't trade it, though. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate you hanging out. If you haven't had a chance to Cincinnati swap somebody, please do. It's easy. You just grab their phone, sign them up for the podcast. Probably the fastest way to grow our listenership. You know, it'd be a lot cooler if you did. If you got too much money, you can send it to our Venmo.
At Inside the Pout House.
I saw Troy looking away. I went to that one quick. If you want to support our sponsors, they're Screen Door Mortgage and Nectar Sunglasses. One of them will give you a really good pair of polarized sunglasses at a reasonable price, and if you drop ITPH in the coupon code, you'll get 20% off. The other one will get you a mortgage if you live in Georgia or Virginia, and it'll make the process super easy. You have to figure out which sponsor is which.
Good luck.
That's a tough
The
one right
mission,
there.
if you choose to accept it.
That's exactly right. If you have a topic you want to send us, please send them at insidethepalatehouse@gmail.com.
But you won't.
You won't. You can always try to find us on our Facebook page. Send them
So
there.
then we're going to just tell stories from 7 years ago because you won't send any damn topics in.
Or you could just text them to Troy at 804. I'll leave that one be.
Yeah.
I gave him
Then they would.
Yeah.
Then they would all fucking have something to say.
Then they would.
Yeah.
Have a lot to say. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you
Just
next
as
week.
easily leave
Cheers.
a review as you could putting so many numbers into the phone to text me shit.
It would actually be easier.
Yeah.
But fuck that.
That was a good podcast, don't you think?
If you won't do the Cincinnati swap, do the Cleveland steamer.
You.